accepted it. Then he said, إِذْ رُفِعَ لِي سَوَادٌ عَظِيمٌ. And he said, then a large group of people, so large that they almost cover the horizon. I saw them. فَظَنَنْتُ أَنَّهُمْ ummati. I thought that they were my followers because the group was so large. And I expect that my followers will be what? Large in number. But it was said to me that this is Musa and his people. Then I saw an even bigger group of people. And it was said to me, هَذِهِ أُمَّتُكُمْ. This is your community. وَمَعَهُمْ سَبْعُونَ أَلْفًا. And among them there are 70,000. يَدْخُلُونَ الْجَنَّةَ, who will enter paradise with neither reckoning or punishment. They will not be reckoned, they will not be asked questions, they will not be questioned, and they will be punished. ثُمَّ نَهَضَ فَدَخَلَ مَنْزِلَهُ. Then he stood up, the Prophet ﷺ, and went to his home. فَخَاضَ النَّاسُ فِي أُولَٰئِكَ. I'm going to pause here. So he said, the Prophet stood up after saying that and went to his home. And then the people who remained, they started what? They started discussing amongst themselves who those people might be. Now, who are these people who are having this discussion? Ahsan, the Sahaba. So the Sahaba are having this discussion. فَقَالَ بَعْضُهُمْ. Some of the companions said, فَلَعَلَّهُمُ الَّذِينَ صَحِبُوا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ صَلَّى اللَّهِ عَلَيْهِ وسلم. So those people, those Sahaba, they said, he said, perhaps they are the people who what? They were the companions of the Prophet. But yeah, Ikhwan, they're the companions. So what does that mean? What does that mean? طيب. We're going to discuss this and then we'll stop there. طيب. So basically, the word Sahabi has three different meanings. Urfi, Lughawi, Shar'i. There are three different meanings or three different ways that it's used. One is Urfi, it's the custom, right? The common, customary use of the word Sahabi. The second one is Lughawi, the linguistic meaning of it, or the linguistic usage of it. And the last one is Shar'i, I guess you could say the religious or the legal meaning or use of the word. طيب. So the first one, Urfi, is the person who they spend a lot of time with somebody. It's like they say you're thick as thieves, right? They're like peas in a pod. If you see one, you'll see the other one, right? That's one meaning of what? Sahabi or Sahib. And that's the Urfi meaning. That's the way what we use it commonly what? We commonly use it, or the common use of the word. Y'all see that? And you see this, in the hadith where the Prophet said, when Khalid ibn Walid radiallahu anhu and Abdurrahman ibn Auf radiallahu anhu, they were having like an argument. And you guys know that Abdurrahman ibn Auf was min al-Awa'il. He was from the first people to accept Islam, right? And he's from what? Al-Ashara al-Mubashirina bil-Jannah, right? So he accepted Islam in the early days in Mecca. Khalid ibn Walid, what? Accepted Islam much later. Y'all see that? طيب, so they were having an argument. And Khalid got upset, فَسَبَّهُ. So he what? He said something like very insulting. Like he did a put down, right? Maybe he said, you're ugly. Or he said, whatever he said, right? You're short, whatever. You're a dwarf. And the Prophet said to the people sitting there, لَا تَسُبُّوا أَصْحَابِي. He said, don't curse my companions. He's saying this to who primarily? Khalid Walid, who's also what? A Sahabi. But it's as if the Prophet's making a differentiating based upon what? An urf. Hey, these people have been with me a lot longer. So you people who are new to the game should not curse the people who are what? Who have been here much longer. Y'all see that? That's what we call the urfi meaning, okay? Like the second one is the al-ma'na al-lughawi. And this is what? Mutlaq as-suhba. Mutlaq as-suhba. It's like a person spends any amount of time with you. Or they share the same space with you. Even if you're what? Your enemies. You would call that person sahibuk, right? You'd say that person, first say, this is what? Your companion. And the example of that is when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, speaking to the pagans, وَمَا صَاحِبُكُمْ بِمَجْنُونَ. Saying about the Prophet Muhammad, saying to the pagans, your sahib, who is not your friend. You're his enemy and you're fighting him and you're persecuting his companion, persecuting his followers. your companion is not insane. Using what? Al-ma'na al-lughawi. Right? Somebody who shares what space. You guys all live in Mecca together, you're what? Ashab. The last meaning is the meaning of shara'i, the shara'i meaning of it, the legal meaning of it. And that's, as Ibn Hajar and other scholars have mentioned, كل من لقي النبي مؤمنا به ومات على ذلك. كل من لقي النبي مؤمنا به ومات على ذلك. All right? Every person who met the Prophet, and when he met him, at the time of meeting him, he was a believer. And then he died upon faith, that person would be considered Sahabi bil-ma'na al-shar'i, in the legal or the Islamic meaning. All right. And the proof for that is that the Prophet, once he went to a graveyard with his companions. And he said, وَدَدْتُ أَنِّي لَقِيتُ إِخْوَانِي. He said, I just wish I could meet my brothers, my brethren. So the companion says, أَوَلَسْنَا إِخْوَانَكِ يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. Aren't we your brothers? He said, أَنْتُمْ أَصْحَابِي وَإِخْوَانِي الَّذِينَ يَأْتُونَ بَعْدِي. Right? يُؤْمِنُونَ بِي وَيَأْتُونَ بَعْدِي. He said, you are my companions, my brothers are those who believe in me but will come after me. Y'all see that? So the companions, he's differentiating between his companions and the ikhwan. His ikhwan are what? We're his brothers. But his companions are what? Those people who met him and believed in him. Y'all see that? So we got three different meanings. What are the meanings again? Because you guys know I'm losing this. I forget. So what are the meanings again? Lughawi, Shar'i, Urfi. Urfi, the person who what? Spends a lot of time with you. Right? Urfi, spend a lot of time with you. Lughawi, share the same space with you, even for a limited period of time, and you're not what? You're not friends. Shar'i, the person who what? Met the Prophet, believed in him, and died upon that. Now circle back with me. What's the meaning in the hadith? فَلَعَلَّهُمُ الَّذِينَ صَحِبُوا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ صَلَّى اللَّهِ عَلَيْهِ وسلم. Which meaning is it?
It was the companions.
Okay, so is it the companions in the meaning which is Shar'i? Because they're all what? They're all companions in the meaning which is Shar'i. They all are what? People who met the Prophet, believed in him, and died upon that. So they're all companions in that sense. So it's not that one. We got two left. Urfi and Lughawi. Urfi, ahsant. It's the people who what? Who spent the most time with him. The people who what? They accepted Islam early on. So these people who are discussing the hadith, translating who's it talking about? They said it must be what? The people who accepted Islam in the very beginning. You guys see that? Right. So that's the meaning. We'll stop there and we'll pick it up day after tomorrow, because obviously we have the lecture tomorrow. هذا وصلى الله وسلم على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. And we ask Allah as always to make us from those who listen to the talk and follow the best of it. جزاكم الله خيرا.